Hello and welcome back to Two Shots of Espresso Now with Colby Burchin and Serena Appel. Today we're talking luxury, Miami, and the art of living well with a private chef who knows exactly what high taste looks like. Let's go.
I am super excited, Serena, because some dear friends of mine who are absolute foodies said you have to have Chef Shawn on your show because he is not only a great guy, he's enthusiastic about what he does, but every dish they had more flavor than the next. So, Chef Shawn, let's sizzle it up. What's going on?
Nice. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for having me.
We're thrilled to be with you. Let's start where we always do. How did you become a private chef and choose this as your life's work?
Becoming a private chef was, I ain't gonna lie, it was a pastime at one time. It was just to get some money because I was a young kid, a very athletic person. I was in the practicing for the Winter Olympics as a kid. Yeah, so I was like one of the best athletes in my school. Did soccer when it was soccer. Did football when it was football. Did volleyball when it was volleyball. I just didn't want to be home. It was a lot going on at home. Um, so being in the sports was my escape from home. So when I became good in all the sports, one of the persons in school was like, "Hey, you want to try this sport?" And I was like, "What is this?" And it was a winter sport called skeleton. And I don't know if you know what that sport is. It's like luge or bobsled, and you go down the truck head first. So they came to my school and they were like, "Yo, you're one of the best athletes. Would you like to try this?" Yes, boom. So we went to the Austria Innsbruck for 3 years, and we was just practicing, trying to represent our country. And while I was there, the food in Innsbruck wasn't the best. That soups and crackers and weird stuff. We was like eating at McDonald's all the time, like every day. So
Oh,
um, I became a chef. I started cooking for the people in the dorms, cooking for my team. They were like, "Oh my God, you're really good at this." So I went back to the Caribbean. I'm from the U.S. Virgin Islands, St. Croix, and we went back there. I got a job at a breakfast spot called Golden Rail Cafe in Christiansted, and I started learning everything from the bottom up. I was a dishwasher at first, so I literally started from the bottom. So I was a dishwasher, became one of the cooks. Then I got a second job at a sushi place in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands, called Dashi. So if you get in St. Croix, make sure you check it out. Um, and it's really good. And I run their restaurant at 18 years old. They kind of gave me the money to go to school. She gave me some money for books. And she was like, "Hey, I need you to go to culinary school in Miami and learn what you can learn. We love you." And from there, that was it. It took off. I got to meet Auntie Mae Bourdain, Micah Samuelson, Tristan Epps, Michelle Bernstein, Jeremy Ford, a lot of good people. And became a chef, and I love it. I love it.
Wow, that's incredible. Actually, I just did a cooking class with Michelle Bernstein and my kids a couple weeks ago. She was great with her son. Yeah,
Best chef I ever met.
she's very sweet. Okay, so I want to talk. I want to talk about something. Rumor has it, if you were to order a single dish off your menu, it should be the beef tenderloin because for some reason you're able to get every temperature in that beef tenderloin to be as tender as butter. How do you do this?
I think the best way to do a tenderloin is to cook it whole. Some people cut it into fillets, into small pieces, which destroys the fabric of the tenderloin. The tenderloin is meant to be cooked whole. So you sear it on each side, season it up with your desired seasoning, salt, pepper, maybe you might put a dry rub, smoky rub, a zesty rub, whatever you want. You put it on there and you sear it on each side with some butter. Then you put it in the oven, bring it to your desirable temp, and when it comes out, you can baste it with some butter and some rosemary and some thyme to access the flavor inside of the tenderloin. And to me, that's the best way to cook a tenderloin.
Mm, wow.
well, We want to know more about what's on the plate, what you're serving up in Miami, how Miami has inspired you, the flavors of Miami, your go-to shopping destinations. So let's get into it. Miami is your pretty much like where you're working these days. So what does a typical day look like when you're prepping for a private event? Where are you shopping? How are you, getting inspired by the flavors of Miami?
Well, that's a great question. A lot of people don't know the hard work behind that. Like the other day, I had a yacht, and this guy, he asked me to cater his yacht. I gave him the price, and he was like, "Whoa, like, whoa, why is it so much?" I was like, "My friend, it takes 2 days to prepare for a private dinner, literally. You go meet comfortably. You go shopping the day before. You grab all your ingredients because the next day you don't have time for anything. Something could happen. Your car might break down. The person that was supposed to show up didn't show up, or you can't leave no room for mistakes. So for me, like a lot of people don't understand, it's a lot of work period, especially for a family of 10 or 11 or even 20 sometimes, you know? You have to find these special ingredients, like some people want caviar and king crab legs. You go to Marky's in North Miami, which is really good, right there on 79th Street. Really good. You can find all your great steaks, great caviar, even the containers to put the caviar in. It's a one-stop shop. If you want some good meats, there's an Argentinian store and 125th and Biscayne next to Johnson and Wales, where Johnson and Wales across from the Boston market. Argentinian, real good meats, tomahawks, special cuts, wagyu meat, beef, lamb, everything you could freshly cut, really good farmers. Um, I love to go to Whole Foods sometimes when those places are not open. I get my protein from them. They have a great selection. Also, Publix too, they're really good just for produce. Meats, I'm not too good. I like to go to the farmers and get, because yeah. But those people really take time. Sometimes you could go to the farmers market and find great products because here in Miami is a big melting pot. We have Haitians, we have Venezuelans, we have Argentinians, we have everything. It's so crazy that I am so happy to be a part of this culture here in Miami because I get to access so many different flavors and I get to infuse them. And as you said, the family, they was like blown away by every dish I put in front of them because I told them it was like levels and levels of flavor. I believe in when you're making a burger, you must season the tomato. You know what I mean? Even the cheese gotta be fresh. Like the bread gotta be fresh. Like it starts from the bun. From the bun to the next bun should be just impactful on your tongue. Like flavors is the best. Is my everything when it comes to food. Design and everything comes later, but when that flavor hits you and you're like, oh my god, that was amazing, it's a big smile on my face.
I love the depth of flavor. That sounds amazing. Okay, I just have to ask, what are your go-to seasonings that you will have in any pantry?
Oh, you'll be surprised because it's the most basic ones. It's crazy
Okay.
with less. Himalayan salt. I love using Himalayan salt. Regular salt, kosher salt, second in row, but Himalayan salt to me is the best. You use that salt, it's really good. Um, Black pepper is so crazy. Use black pepper on salt and salmon, salt and black pepper on salmon, nothing else. Don't put nothing else. That's it. It's really good. Harissa, I don't know if you know what that is. I love that.
What
Yes.
is it?
The good smoky flavor. It almost looks like paprika.
Uh-huh.
I, my secret, don't tell nobody, but I put it on my tenderloin too. You take the tenderloin, you take some oil, you mix it with the harissa, and you mix it, make it like a paste, and you rub it all over the tenderloin, and you let it sit for a little bit, and you grill it, you sear it, whatever you want, and you let it cook in the oven at 350 for 15 minutes, maybe check it every 5 minutes to your desired temperature, and you cut it. Oh my God, so good. I love my Old Bay. Old Bay,
Oh,
I go to when it comes to seafood. You know, so you see, Old Bay is the best. And then one more out of the four, there's a Jamaican fish seasoning. So good. Gracie. It's called Gracie. It's so good. It's really good for seasoning fish. And you put it on. Oh my god. Fry it. So good.
Oh my God.
I can't wait to stock my pantry. I have a couple of those, but I think we're going to level up over here.
What's the most memorable or surprising compliment you've ever received from a guest?
Oh, that's a good one. Well, I remember one time I cooked a dinner for 10 people. It was an anniversary dinner in Coral Gables. It was really nice, beautiful family. I was actually introduced to them from the employer that I was working for. She was really nice, Miss Catherine at H&C Catering in Miami. Really nice lady, and I went to cook a dinner for them, and they gave me a standing ovation, which was really
Wow.
intense. That one that really touched me because I was, wow, like you guys really love my food that much? They was like, yeah, your food was top notch. I was like, oh,
That
so
must be so special.
really like pour a fire, lit a fire in me, like, oh my God, I need this feeling every day. It was like a drug, you know? Like I need this again. So ever since then I just strive to be better than yesterday.
Chef, with Valentine's Day coming, what would you say? What kind of dishes would you prepare for, these couples that are so into Valentine's Day? A husband that wants to impress a wife that wants to impress a husband. What's the go-to dish? How can you, make someone feel fabulous on Valentine's Day?
I really think a nice picnic would be nice to get
Mm.
her all her favorite snacks, nice go-to snacks, something that she really enjoy, something that brings her joy, makes her smile, and then later on you go home and you cook a nice dinner, a nice seafood dinner. You know where I'm going with that. Seafood dinner brings out the extra love inside, So some oysters, some salmon, some crab legs. Maybe do something you've never done before, but keep it simple. For me, I am actually working on idea for picnic. I did it last year for someone. It was a mom and dad. It was really nice. They loved it. They said there was the best Valentine's they had in years, and that really touched me because wow, So it was like a picnic setup, and I put like the food on the ground, and they cooked the food themselves. All I did was prep the food, put it on little steaks and skewers, and I made it nice. They went off. They loved it. I set it up for them. I made it, and they were like, "Wow, like this is incredible," So I think an intimate dinner or lunch is the way to go with your person.
And what about if you can't go to the tropics? Can you bring the tropics to a meal?
Yes, you sure can. I could make a picnic on your balcony in your living room if you like. I have all the equipment, everything. It will blow you away, and the services will be impeccable. So, if anyone wants a nice Valentine's dinner by Sean Henry, I got you. I could make your dreams come true.
What's the ultimate Miami dinner setup?
Ooh, that's a hard one
Yeah.
because different. There's so many different ways to set up a party. You could do hors d'oeuvres, which is small bites. You pass it around, you get two beautiful people just talking and giving wonderful descriptions of your food to people and exciting them with your descriptions and your enthusiasm while you describe the foods. Or you could do a plated service in which you do the hors d'oeuvres first, pass around some hors d'oeuvres, then everyone sits down and you give them course by course soup, salad, entree, dessert. But to me, the most extravagant, the most like mind blowing setup is the buffet. With the buffet setup, you could really like get creative. Like if you're doing a pizza station, maybe you get like tomatoes and dry basil and real basil plants, and you design the whole table. Look cool. Put some smoke. Put some fire. Put whatever you want. It's like amazing. Like one time I did a setup. it was on a yacht, and you know, the girl didn't expect what I was coming with. Like, all she knows, she was like, "Oh, you're expensive." I was like, "Yeah, because I'm about to blow your mind away right now." And I set it up. I put like little rises, and I put flowers on the bottom. I put like smoke in a little bowl, and it was smoking. It looked like a real rainforest. And she was like, "Wow, like this is amazing." Like she was like, "This is worth every penny." And it was so crazy because sometimes when you go on these yachts or these homes, stuff don't be working. It's crazy. Like the oven don't work, the stove don't work. I went on a yacht one time and they had no water. I had to go buy a whole 2 cases of water for me to use, you know? So
Yeah.
it's crazy out there. So it's cool that I could pull stuff off in these crazy environments, you know, like big Airbnbs with no oven, like it's crazy. But as a chef, you just have to adapt and just make it happen.
Wait, it's like Survivor, like chef style, you know? Not that you want that, but you're resourceful. You're just like jumping in there and like, dealing with whatever you have. I love it.
Have you ever had a customer who didn't enjoy one of your dishes? How did you handle it? Did that ever happen?
Yes, I actually had one last year, my first one ever. Never experienced that until last year. Um, it was a client. I guess there was like Mexican cartel or something. I was getting that vibes. Yeah, it was a interesting environment. They scheduled a police escort from the hotel from the airport. So it was like 5 Lamborghinis, 2 Rolls Royce, all types of crazy stuff. It was crazy. And for some reason, the person that gave me the job didn't give me all the information because they were supposed to do the job and they missed their flight. They missed their flight and they were coming down. So now he scrambled. He called me like, "Hey, I need you to cover me. Go shopping. Do this. I need you." I was like, "All right, bet. I love being under pressure. I love it." So I went, I knocked it out, got all the stuff. When I got to the home, the caretakers of the home was like, "Hey, where's the groceries for the fridge?" And I was like, "Groceries for the fridge? Nobody told me about groceries for the fridge. They just told me I was cooking for 20 people." I then a phone call started to come in, and he's the guy who's like, "Yo, I was supposed to do that. I'm so sorry, but the one thing I want you to do is be there to make the dinner. That's more important than anything. We could always grab the groceries anytime." And I was like, they already set a taste in their mouth already. They was already pissed from that. Boom.
Mm.
So the people who was getting escorted from the airport, they keep pushing the time back. I set my station up, like I told you, with a beautiful display and the flowers. It was beautiful. So they keep pushing the time back, pushing the time back. And you know, with food, you can't just have food just sitting there, just waiting to be fired. And with me, I wait until I get the word that they're coming to fire the food, you know? Because I have to be smart. And I got the word, "Hey, fire the food." Boom, they're coming, they're on their way. All right, boom. So I put the cold stuff out first. Then I got a word, "No, no, no, they're not coming yet. Hold on, hold on." So when you cook food, and I stress this to every person out there, like if you're running an event, please be adamant when it comes to time. Because when it comes to a chef time, anyone time is very important when they're trying to produce the best that they have, you know? And they was like, "No, no, no, hold up." So I already start cooking stuff and I had to stop. I had to like put it on the side and cool it down and wait and then boom. Next thing I know, oh, they're 10 minutes away. I was like, "Oh my God." So I started putting the cold stuff out, sushi, couple bites that are cold, a fruit platter. The mom comes in. Oh boy. I don't know if you ever seen a show, Bridezilla, but when mom walked in, it was on. So she came in. She was like, "Oh my God, setup looks amazing. Ready for food." Boom. I put the food out, start putting all the hot food out. Everybody starts coming. She's walking around, talking to everybody. She's drinking. She blah, 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 blah. She makes herself a plate and then she puts it down and then she goes and talks to everybody. Blah, 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 blah. She picks the plate up and she goes to eat it. Like after like 10 minutes, it was cold. She comes to me. No, she goes in the side of the party and like, "Oh my God, this food is cold. This is this. What is this? What happened?" And I'm like, I'm there just standing there, and I'm like, she's telling everyone except me, you know? And I'm like, I walk up to her kindly and I said, ma'am, how are you? The chef, I was in charge of this food. What can I do to make your experience better, you know? She was like, well, I asked for hot food and I ain't not getting it. And she made the plate and put it down and walked around. So I looked over to two other people that was participating in the buffet, and is the food cold? And the lady was like, no, the food is perfect. It's really hot. It's really good. Like, I don't know. I was like, so all I could do was reassure her that it was good. It was good. And then, at one point, they got mad. She got mad. I guess it started from the cars. I guess the car wasn't right, and then they came on the airport. They was police was late. I don't. It was a lot going on. When they came to the house, the groceries wasn't there. So she lost it, and she just kicked everyone out the house. She said the chef gotta go, the cleaner gotta go, the chauffeurs gotta go, everybody. So we all left. It was crazy. I packed all my stuff up in the middle of the event. Packed all my stuff up and left. That was the worst and only bad experience I ever had when it comes to that.
That's so sad. Such a shame.
But hey, it made me a better person because now I know that I have to really communicate when it comes to the organizers. Like really, like I'm gonna be on their butt, you know.
Right. It's all about timing. I'm curious, what's your most requested dish?
A lot of people ask for my salads. My salads are like top notch because
Really?
I don't normally like use like I don't
Let's
normally
hear it.
one or two dressings. I use like different dressings, and they all come together. Like I made a salad for them. It was like a raspberry vinaigrette on the bottom. On top it was a wedge in a triangle. Put some green goddess and some lemon vinaigrette inside, and I made like islands. So I built like little pickled radish with some parts of parm, some microgreens, some tomatoes, and you make it look cool. And you put some microgreens on top. It was a beautiful salad. That's my go-to salad.
I love that. That sounds so, that again, with that depth of flavor. Because if you're using not just one, one dressing, there three, that is like a whole party in your mouth. I don't want to stop this conversation because I'm having a great time. You're warming up you're inspiring me. I have like a couple of kids that I'm trying to teach in the kitchen. They're making stir fries and arepas, just like simple stuff. Can you give us any tips for, a home chef on how to level up to this experience that you're delivering to your kind of guests? What could we do at home?
Well, at home, a lot of people trying to be top chef at home to impress their wives, their kids, and stuff. And there's no need for that. Sometimes it's good. Like New Orleans, I've been to New Orleans a couple of times, and one thing I learned about their food culture is they cook low and slow. That's all you need to do. Low and slow. No need to burn stuff, put it on a high heat and smoke up the house looking like, like no. You low and slow. You could start high. You could put your pan high, get it nice and hot, put the butter in, let it cool down, and put whatever you sear in or saute in, and then start it low, slow and slow, because a lot of people tend to burn stuff, and it creates like a smoky flavor when you have it all high and low. Also, the pans that you use make a big difference, like your Teflon pans, your non-stick pans, your stainless steel pans. To me, the best out of those three are the non-stick, but make sure it's not black Blue Diamond or some crazy Teflon alloy. They're just experimenting on you at this point. You use my two go-tos are cast iron and the non-stick. Cast iron is good for searing meats, good for searing fish and stuff like that. And then the stainless steel, I mean the non-stick is good for like eggs and veggies and stuff. And the low particles from the pan don't come off, which is very
Oh,
a lot of people don't know that. Like certain pans, the particles go into your food.
Mm.
It's really bad for you.
you talked about being an athlete growing up. what are some good meals to serve student athletes that are in my house right now that are competing, that are growing, that are, their minds are developing and their muscles are growing? What are some good, go-to meals for them?
Well, I also do a lot of meal plans. I have a lot of good clients here in Brickell. And to me, your meal plan is really important. It makes your life a lot easier, more efficient. You could just grab and go. So I like doing like three starches, which are mashed potato, without any butter though, not too much butter. Because the butter kind of slow you down as an athlete for me. It clogs up your arteries and other belt health benefits and negatives actually. Everything tastes better with butter, but with moderation. know, I feel like as an athlete, I was doing less oils and butter because it would make me like tired. For some reason, I would be more fatigued. But when I eat like salads and fruits and more healthier like couscous and salmon, I had more energy in the day. I don't know why. It was crazy, but it worked. So
Yeah.
the fatty foods, like the oily foods. Do a lot of potatoes, sweet potato roast, boil, sauteed. You could do veggies, broccolini, veggies with nutrients, not corn, because corn has no nutrients, like none at all. You got broccoli, you got some Brussels sprouts, you got sweet potato, you know. Even a little potato hash is good. Cauliflower has good supplements, even though they don't look like it has anything, but it's really good for you. Carrots, salads to me is the best, especially when you're an athlete that's burning so many calories a day. A nice little salad brings you back to life. So having a meal plan, some fruits, a snack, and lunch and dinner, the best. For me, breakfast, a shake, a nice little power meal, oatmeal is the way to start the day. But
That's how we do it at my house, oatmeal. Well, I love to hear it from you, Chef Shawn. You're just a pleasure to spend time with, and definitely I can see us in no time at all, just enjoying one of your meals in person and bringing it all to life, because it's just a pleasure to be with you.
yeah, pleasure to cook for you guys. Let's do something. A little pop up in the studio. A little. Let's take this to like a show instead. Now, no more podcast. Do it.
Let's go.
Oh,
Yes.
I love it. I love it. That sounds awesome. How can people find you, book you, tell the audience?
On Instagram, you can find me at VIChef89. My number is 305-493-2068. You could ring me, text me, because these scammers are getting crazy. But you text me, you could get me. I will always answer. I love cooking for people. Even if it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you call me and like, hey, I need some food. Trust me, I will figure it out. The open grocery store. It's so good here in Miami. We have a grocery store that stays open 24/7. So I am ready at any time.
You know the good spots. Nice.
I'm super excited. We will definitely have something in the future. I definitely want to get your food. I've heard so much about it.
Let's do it. I'll be with the family again on the 21st, on the 2nd. So hey,
Ooh, I'm gonna be with them tonight. I'm gonna tell them I'm coming over.
tell them you coming.